everybody. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the food culture project and presentation. So you are going to choose any food culture you want. So far, we've been very mainstream American food culture centric in this course. We've been really focused on the Western diet, maybe a few peripheral issues, but generally that's what we've been talking about. So I want to give you the opportunity to either document a food culture that you're a part of, or to look out into the big wide world and find a food culture that you don't really know much about and document that for me. And yeah, so this is basically an explanatory research project. You don't need to make an argument about this food culture. And actually, I don't really want you to be evaluating it, explaining why it's great or why it's terrible. So that task might be a little bit difficult, especially if you're a part of the food culture. But yeah, I expect you to not be really arguing, this is the greatest food culture ever. Um, and there are so many different topics that you could do. So, for example, you could research French food culture. As far as I understand, there is actually a governmental organization within the French government that is charged with maintaining and preserving and promoting French cuisine. And I think that there are many other cultures that probably have something similar. I wouldn't be surprised if there's the same thing for Mexican food, for Argentine food, take your pick. And then there are also some movements like the slow food movement that we sort of saw referenced in um, Alice Waters' article. There is an actual slow food movement. It was founded in Italy. If you look it up, you can find the organization that's responsible for that movement. I think you could do the same with the farm to table movement in the United States, and that's maybe a worldwide phenomena as well. Um, in terms of the U.S., you can think regionally. So I know there are institutions that do the same thing, maintain, preserve, and promote Southern food. I think you might be able to find something for Tex-Mex. Yeah, I'm interested in what you can find. And then I think, you should really start, I really want you to start basically with the libraries, encyclopedia databases, the reference databases that you learned about before the argumentative research project. And you can go in and search your food culture, and you will find encyclopedias that are all about food, that are all about food and culture. You might be able to find an encyclopedia of like Chinese culture that would have a section devoted, many articles devoted to Chinese cuisine. And in terms of the project, you're producing a presentation that you will give an oral presentation via CCC Confer with your group members. This needs to be a group project. So in terms of your topic, you have to find some like-minded individuals who want to do the same project, and then you'll split up the work. I'm going to post another video that talks about my expectations for that collaborative effort. Okay. But yeah, so you guys will produce a presentation, but each person in the group will produce their own presentation. And you can use whatever presentation tool you like. Google Slides, Prezi, PowerPoint, it doesn't matter to me. And you need to think about representing the project visually. So you would want to include images, maybe little short pieces of video would work, but the main part of the presentation should be you presenting material. So I will not expect there to be very long videos if you use any. You could use a map, any sort of visuals that you think will help. And yeah, you've got to prepare to present it, and you'll present it to me and your other group members, again, via CCC Confer during finals week. I also posted a link to Anthony Bourdain's TV show called No Reservations, just a link to the website for that show, because I don't know if you're familiar with that show, but he travels all around the world, um, visiting various parts of, visiting various parts of the world, and experiencing their food culture. And he's been everywhere. He's been to various parts of Africa, various parts of the Middle East, Asia, various parts of the US. So that might be a good place to like kind of generate ideas about what you'd like to do. Oh, and also in terms of ideas, I forgot to say, consider religious beliefs, religious food culture. So like the Mormons, they're you're supposed to eat in a particular way. If you're Mormon, you're definitely, there's no caffeine and there's no coffee and that sort of thing. um, you could cover Jainism, which I believe is a vegetarian religion where, yeah, you're not allowed to eat meat. And I'm sure you're aware that various religions require various restrictions. You might just look into Islamic food culture. Maybe you would have to focus on a particular Islamic country, um, or ethnicity, but that could work as well. Okay. Uh, yeah, so I hope you enjoy doing the project. Let me know if you have any questions about it. And yeah, check out the other video that talks more about the logistics of presenting and of working in a group in this online class. Okay, thanks.